This is Overview 3, covering Module 3, and this week you will start off with a test. After the test, you still have 2 lessons to learn, so I'd recommend taking the test sooner in the week so that you can either just take a few days off, or if you take it later in the week, to go ahead and try to process this right afterwards so that you've got a little bit of space and a little bit of time. So we're shifting into a new topic. It's going to be thermodynamics. And you're going to be learning about this entropy term over here. It's delta S. And the thing is that you've actually already learned about enthalpy. You learned about that at the end of Gen Chem 1, and it was just a delta H. So now we have a delta S, and you already know about delta H. So these equations, you're going to learn about how S becomes more and more positive. Basically, the crazier that the substance gets, the more it moves around and gets kind of crazy. And then also, if you have a reaction that starts with less gas, but it makes like more gas, that's another reason you might go a little bit crazy. You'll learn how to convert into entropy if you know the energy and a specific temperature. And then this equation should be kind of familiar. You did the H version at the end of Gen Chem 1. And it was just where, like, you look up these numbers, these SF or HF numbers, and you put them like under the equation. And then it ends up, you add up all the product ones, and then you add up all the reactants, and you subtract the total of the reactants from the total of the products. And also the coefficients do matter. So like the coefficient will make each SF term like more if it has like a coefficient that isn't 1. So you'll learn about that one. And then the other part of the week, you're going to learn about spontaneity, which is delta G. You'll learn about Gibbs free energy. This is a very, very popular topic. You'll see it everywhere, and it comes up in the exam also. And then you'll learn about introduction to equilibrium. If you look over here, this is, again, another version of the same equation you've already done, where it's a FH, instead of an HF or an SF, it's going to be a GF. But it works the exact same way. You add up all the products, and you add up all the reactants, and you subtract that total from the products. This is the Gibbs free energy equation, and like I said, you learned about this term, enthalpy, last semester at the very end of the semester, and then delta S is what you just learned about right over here, this delta S term. And then, we have a new equation right there relating delta G to K, or K to delta G. So that's just a plug and chug kind of equation. This is an R that is the 8.314 number, because this is all thermo. And you'll learn about what is equilibrium. So that's K. K is equilibrium, but you'll learn about it. Like when you look at the reaction, when you look at how the reaction profile changes, you'll learn about it. And that's what you're going to be doing in Module 3.